Hey everyone, this is Carla as back. As promised, I'm doing this live stream about the October goals, specifically regarding cloud computing certification and coding challenges. So, starting this, last week of September, the first week of October, I participated in two Microsoft Ignite cloud skill challenges. If you're watching this video, it's Saturday, October 3rd. The Microsoft Ignite 2020 Cloud Skills Challenge is still going on until October 7th. And when you when you complete one challenge, you'll receive a free certification exam voucher to the email account that you signed up to by October 15th because they have to verify it. And I completed two. So my first one that I did was Azure Apps and Infrastructure. It was 8 modules. It required command line interface and actually doing the work in the Azure cloud. The second one that I did, because I did some research afterwards, and I was very interested in learning more about Azure data and databases and artificial intelligence, was the Azure Data and Artificial Intelligence Challenge. It didn't have any command line interface and it was 6 modules, so it was a lot easier than the first challenge. But I wanted to just let everyone know that I have an upcoming video coming out about the 5 reasons why you should do a coding or a cloud skills challenge. And I'm also going to align it with the workforce development because as you know, I have an adventures in workforce development series. I have a YouTube playlist where I talk about going behind the scenes. If you do decide to take federal money to upskill and reskill yourself, and just being able to do coding challenges really helps. And I want to talk more about that. However, as it pertains to Azure, I've been a very big proponent since the beginning of my Amazon Web Services cloud training about being multi-cloud, which is learning more than one cloud computing vendor language. As of right now, Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Oracle Cloud. And being multi-cloud really helped, especially when I'm putting myself out there and a lot of recruiters are coming back saying AWS and Azure. That's why I make so many videos advocating about being multi-cloud, because companies use more than one public cloud. In the United States, the top 3 are Amazon Web Services, Azure, and Google Cloud Platform. And being able to know more than one also says to the employer that you're flexible and the fundamentals of cloud computing. You're not just dependent upon one vendor. And I've seen that multiple times, especially since I have Azure fundamentals. This month, I'm looking forward to pursuing Azure data fundamentals and Azure artificial intelligence fundamentals. Why? I've always been very big in statistics and databases and outliers. If you know anything about my background, I started work as an economist, data analyst, economic analyst, program analyst. So I've always been very analytical. The thing I like about statistics for me is pattern analysis and seeing whether or not that particular outlier is just an outlier or a starting point in a new trend that I had to pay attention to. And as it pertains to Azure data, that's what I like about databases. And why I was able to create a career in that respect of Azure databases, because of the fact that I was able to see the outliers and see trend analysis and actually apply that to your life, because it's not just one thing. So that's what I truly like to do. I truly like databases. So the Azure data fundamentals, I learned about that after passing my Azure fundamentals about that. So that's something that interests me. Regarding artificial intelligence, I've always been a big techie, and it's very big for me just to be on a cusp of knowledge. I am happy that 3 to 4 years ago, I was talking about cloud computing and project management, virtual reality. Now I'm talking about artificial intelligence And I want to learn more about that because I always want to be on the cusp and on the edge and on the front lines of technology. Very big techie. My mother always raised me on the original Star Trek, which is William Shatner. I'm also a native Clevelander and Ohioan as of right now in 2020. Ohio is the only state that had an astronaut, John Glenn, as a U.S. Senator. There may be one in Arizona with, I believe, Mark Kelly. If he does win, he'll be the second. But just, having an astronaut represent you as a U.S. Senator, having NASA Glenn, which was formerly Lewis, NASA, and having like Ohio being the top 5 places for astronauts, that's something that, very proud about. And just knowing about cloud computing. So I do see myself in by the end of October pursuing those 2 things. I would have all 3 fundamentals as it pertains to Azure and build a solid foundation to pursue the Azure administrator, which is something I do want to pursue and pass, because for me, it's not just being multi-cloud at the lower level, at the foundational level. I want to be multi-cloud at the associate or even professional level, because I want to have a very deep expertise and thorough understanding of the different in the top 3 vendors. So for October this month, I will be focusing on Azure, as well as Amazon Web Services, because I'm still doing Ohio Means Jobs with AWS Sys, ops administrator. I'm going through Exam Pro. I'm actively participating in 100 Days of Cloud on Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn Challenge. It's really helped me a lot acquire so many resources that were available, and to be an active participant in it is great. Returning back to Microsoft, if you haven't known, and I'll put the link in the description, if your job was adversely affected by COVID, meaning you're unemployed or underemployed, then Microsoft is running an initiative of $15 discounted exam vouchers from now, October 3rd to December 31st, 2020. You can purchase a $15 discounted exam voucher, and you would have to sit and pass the exam by March 31st, 2021. Microsoft has an initiative of getting 25 million people who are unemployed, affected by COVID, upskilled and reskilled. And as I mentioned, Azure fundamentals, Azure data fundamentals, Azure AI fundamentals, Azure administrator, and several others certifications are eligible for $15 discounted exam vouchers. Microsoft certification in tech is very highly coveted. I can attest to that. As soon as I received my Azure fundamentals, the number of recruiters, the number of people were coming directly to me. It's not like I had to put it out there. I just had to upload my new resume, upload my certification on LinkedIn, do some content marketing, like write about being certified, my lessons learned in obtaining Azure fundamental certification. And it just, a lot of people have just been contacting me out of nowhere. So I will attest to that. And that's what I'll be doing for like this October. I always want to come on here, touch base with everybody, put out new and relevant information that could help my audience in learning more, especially in this challenging economic time. Just by putting out the information regarding the Microsoft discounted exam voucher, as well as the other things that I'm doing. Hopefully these videos are very helpful to you. So as I mentioned, I will be back with a second live stream video, but thanks for watching, and I'll see everybody on carlarjenkins.com. If you want to work with me, get in touch with me at carlarjenkins.com/contact.